Hello, my name is Dalen Jones. Authoritarian parenting, low self-esteem. Authoritarian parenting is a parenting style where children are to follow non-negotiable rules and endure forceful disciplinary actions. This is mainly the cause of negative outcomes in some children. Although this is true, in Black culture, it is shown to have had more of a positive impact on adolescents as opposed to other ethnic groups. In the hypothesis, children who experience authoritarian parenting will develop low self-esteem. These are connected because authoritarian parenting can cause children to doubt their own abilities because this type of parenting does not encourage independent behavior. While in Black culture, authoritarian parenting can have positive adolescent outcomes, low self-esteem can still be developed. The adolescent's self-esteem may fluctuate as well according to studies. Hypothesis: children who experience authoritarian parenting will develop low self-esteem. Methods: the criteria used for choosing a participant was being between the ages of 13 through 19, African American, and have experienced authoritarian parenting while growing up. The participant was found from North Carolina Central University. For the investigation, the interviewer, Dalen Jones, myself, conducted a 25-minute interview in my home for the comfortability of the participant. The interview consisted of questions like, how would you describe yourself? How do your parents react to your mistakes? And how much of an impact do you feel like your parents have had on your life? Results: the teen was a 19-year-old African American female, entering into her second year of college. She is currently living in Charlotte, North Carolina with her parents, who are still together, and her younger brother. Based on the interview, she has experience with this type of parenting. She expressed how tired of this treatment she was, and her body language and tone reflected this as well in her responses. Research literature. In a study called African American Adolescent Girls in Impoverished Communities: Parenting Style and Adolescent Outcomes, researchers examined a sample of 302 adolescent girls and their mothers that lived in impoverished neighborhoods. They collected data from adolescent girls and their mothers through means of interviews and questionnaires. Parenting style was found to be significantly linked to adolescent outcomes in academic achievement, work orientation, sexual experience, and pregnancy history. Teens whose mothers were disengaged, low on both parental warmth and supervision monitoring, were found to have the most negative outcomes. In the research titled Parenting Style Differences in Black American and White American Young Adults, it was found that positive outcomes such as self-independence in Black American girls are associated with authoritarian parenting styles for Black American children. Positive child outcomes were not typically associated with authoritarian parenting style. These positive findings in Black American families have been attributed to racial differences in authoritarian parenting. Also, authoritarian parents are likely to not use communication to reason or obtain child compliance, and are also not likely to encourage verbal give and take in comparison to authoritative parents. Attempt to examine the relationship between the teen and her parents. Researcher: tell me about a time when you did something you were not supposed to do. What happened and how did your parents handle it? Teen: well, my mom wanted me to come home early because I left the house and I'm not allowed to be gone like all day. So I stayed out because I didn't want to go home, but she was very upset about it, texting me and calling me, telling me to come home, and I was like, no, I shouldn't have to. I'm old enough to be out all day. It shouldn't be that serious. But when I got home, she was very upset. Like, she took my car keys and said you won't be driving for the rest of the summer, and had turned my phone off and everything. Researcher: how often does something like this happen? Teen: oh, me coming home late, that doesn't happen a lot, but for like other situations, like let's say that, I don't know, after work I just be going to sleep, they find that as a problem. They see that as me disregarding them and stuff like that, so they get mad about that. And you said, what was the question again? Researcher: it's okay, we're going to go on to another one. When your parents are angry with you, How do they react? Do they scream or yell, and how often? Teen. Okay, well, my mom, yes, she screams and she yells a lot, and I try to keep my calm, but it's very hard. But my dad, he really doesn't go back and forth with me like that either. He just lets me know, like, please leave me alone right now. Yeah. Researcher. How does that make you feel? Okay, well, my mom is always yelling and screaming about something so little, and that just like really annoys me. And I really don't understand why little things that I do, like sleeping in late, I don't get why that makes her so angry. Like I'm tired from working. Researcher. Okay, now I'd like to talk about your family. Tell me about your parents. What are their personalities like? Teen. Okay, well, my dad, he was in the military for 20 years, so he's very strict. He doesn't really smile a lot. What else do I think about him? He's short-tempered and, but I love him. That's my dad. Researcher. Okay, what type of things do you do together? What is your relationship like? Teen. Okay, well, my mom, we're really close when we're good. We'll get our nails done and go to the mall together. And we're about to go on a trip together this weekend. We're going to New Orleans, so that should be fun. And me and my dad, we didn't really do that much together. Yeah, we don't do much, but our relationship is still good. Still, yeah, that's all. Discussion. While the teen did show some signs of low self-esteem, it was inconsistent. She seemed to have an overall positive image of herself. She has participated in clubs and extracurricular activities in school, which can be an indication that she is able to socialize with peers effectively. Research shows that authoritarian parenting can have an effect on academic performance, which is seen here but seems to be the majority of the possible effects she has shown based on the responses. The teen's experience is consistent with a similar outcome of academic achievement. It is possible that the parenting she received could be a part of the problem as well as other factors. Because after like the first semester of freshman year, my grades weren't really that good. Also, her relationship with her father was consistent with the literature based on the responses about him. The teen also mentions her aunt as a positive influence in her life. I love her so much, I will say she's like a mother figure for me, and she gives me really good advice as well. Having her aunt to guide her as well and give her a different perspective than her parents did, I believe this is an important piece of information pertaining to her growth as an adolescent. Black girls do not usually feel as negatively about their appearance as white or Hispanic girls. They have higher overall self-esteem and also show less of a decline over their adolescence. This is consistent with the teen as she views herself as attractive to others as well as herself. Researcher. If you walk into a room and someone that does know you saw you, what will they think? Okay, I guess they will say I'm pretty, smart, and nice. Researcher. Why do you say that? I say that because that's just what people tell me about myself. People tell me I'm nice. People tell me I'm pretty. Conclusion. Limitations. The participant possibly did not give all the details about her home and family life. The participant also could have been dishonest about how they feel about their parents and themselves. She may have done this to protect the honor of her parents. Other factors that could have interfered with the research are other parent-like figures that may have influenced the teen's fluctuating self-esteem. This is the ending of my presentation, and I just want to say thank you.